This was always a bit of a long shot, an issue first raised by conservative legal scholars in publications, then floated here locally by a former U.S. Senate candidate. There was no one from New Hampshire seriously proposing the elimination of former President Donald Trump from the First in the Nation primary ballot. But this took on a life of its own, and today the Secretary of State had to speak out, essentially put this issue to bed, at least here on the state level. Secretary David Scanlon gathered local and national media in his office this morning to issue his decision. Basically, he says that absent a court ruling of some kind, he simply does not have the authority to take action by himself under the 14th Amendment. Those who raised this issue questioned whether Trump might be barred from office under the insurrection clause of the 14th Amendment based upon the January 6th attack on the Congress and efforts to reverse the outcome of the 2020 election. Scanlon says the proper venue to determine that question is the courtroom, namely the Supreme Court of the United States, ruling on a nationwide eligibility for office, not a state presidential primary here in New Hampshire.
There is no mention in New Hampshire state statute that a candidate in a New Hampshire presidential primary can be disqualified using the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, referencing insurrection or rebellion. Similarly, there is nothing in the 14th Amendment that suggests that exercising the provisions of that amendment should take place during the delegate selection process held by the different states.
The New Hampshire Attorney General also issued a letter following this news conference today, providing some further guidance to the Secretary of State, saying the only circumstance under which the Secretary of State might be able to eliminate a candidate from the ballot based on the 14th Amendment to the Constitution is if a candidate is found guilty or convicted of an offense that might fall under the purview of that amendment. Reporting in Concord, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.